I really did not want to record this episode, but my team made me do it. And today I'm going to be teaching you how you can make an extra 1,000 a month. I'm going to talk to you about your mindset, about your targets, about how you're going to hit that target with your product, and what you should take into account with your money energy as you're building on that side hustle. Hello, and welcome to the Fast Forward Amy show, the show where we lift your life and business with simple strategies. I'm Fast Forward Amy, your host and coach, and I'll bring you a new episode every Tuesday. Chances are you have a current side hustle or you want to start a side hustle because you want to make more money. It seems like a good amount of fun to make a few extra hundreds of euros a month, or you want to make like 1K a month extra would be great, no? Because it would allow you to buy some stuff on the business, you would have some extra cash flow, all good fun. It is really good fun, and in this episode I'm going to help you make extra money every month, but I also want to kind of stop you there in your tracks because I remember a few years ago I was thinking of creating this product and I thought to myself, okay, this is a 30 euro product. If I can sell 10 a month, then I will be making 300 euros extra every month. And I was telling my dad about this plan, like super proud, like, yeah, and that will be extra revenue and blah, blah, blah. And we were standing in this elevator and he just looked at me, and this was very cruel. It was just like, if your goal is to make an extra 300 a month, you might as well stop there. And I was like, why can't you just be proud of me? Why can't you just love me for who I am? Jokes. My dad loves me, obviously. But I was like, I had this great plan and you were completely just making me not be proud of my plan anymore. And a few weeks, months later, I kind of have to say he was right, because if I look back on my plans back then, I was like, I'll make 300 with this, and I'll make 300 with this, and blah, blah, blah. And honestly, that wasn't even going to pay any of my bills. I thought it was at the time, but it was barely going to cover any bills, nor was it going to actually allow me to build up a financial buffer. So the first thing I want to tell you is you probably clicked on this episode because you want to make a few hundred extra a month or something like that. But I really want to invite you to dream bigger. And what I use for that with my clients is we have kind of like the 10K protocol. The 10K protocol with me and my clients, or the control number protocol, implies that either we look at, can your new idea generate 10,000 a month, or can your new idea or new product generate at least your control number every month. So I basically don't even care if it's your side hustle or your full-time occupation. I just want to know if you're going to be starting with a new thing, a new ebook, a new video training, a new mug that you're bringing out, whatever, can it actually get you that income that you need every month? Be it just your survival number, be like your control number so you can break even every month. Can it actually make you a profit? What you do not want to do, not even in your side hustle, it's just doing a bunch of random shit things that won't even get you each like 100 euros a month. You really want to focus on something that is big enough. So I want to invite you for the rest of this episode, and I'm already being like way too brutal in this episode. I want to invite you to dream bigger. I want to give you that advice that I got back in the day. I wish I had listened to it sooner. I need you to dream bigger for yourself. 1,000 a month isn't going to cut it. 2 a month isn't gonna cut it. You need to be thinking, can this new idea get me to 5K a month in the long run? Because that's what you want to be building towards. I know a lot of people start their side hustle and you're like, oh, I never want to go full time. I love my job. You don't have to. You can always choose. But I would love for you to focus your time and attention on something that has the potential to bring you that revenue, because otherwise it will probably imply that you are taking a profit margin that's too low, or that you're spending too much time on delivering certain services that are never even going to pay your rent. And be it your side hustle, be it that you are VAT excluded or not, which is this system that they've built in Belgium, be like, oh, you're VAT excluded, so you can put your prices lower. Yeah, and then when you are not VAT exempt anymore, or what is it called, then you do have to increase your prices and it gets awkward. Like from the get-go, you just need to make sure that everything is smart enough so that it can actually pay your bills and make a difference in your life. So going back to where we started, I'm already wondering if I should just trash this episode. I am thinking, okay, you want to make an extra 1,000 a month. Let's look at how you can do that. The first step is step 0. We just talked about that, is your mindset. You want to dream bigger. That's, by the way, also why all of my programs start with a mindset module. Module 0 is always mindset, because as you grow through your business, you're also going to have to grow your mindset in order to go to those next levels. Business Freedom Elevator, Boss Up Mentorship, all of our programs have Module 0 mindset. From there, we're going to set a target. That's also module 1 in both of my modules. It talks in both of my programs, we talk numbers. In the Boss Up Mentorship, it's about magic data and optimizing your business and analyzing based on data. In the Business Freedom Elevator, we talk about how you can make sure that you actually build a profitable business model. I need you to set a target. And if you're listening to this episode, your target is probably 1,000. Fine. Commit to that target. No fucking around. Like, no be like, I'm just gonna paint this little canvas and hope someone picks it up on the floor of the street. Like, no, you need to build something that you can actually build a business with. It doesn't matter if it's your side hustle, it still needs to be valid, okay? So set a target, preferably a monetary target. Like I just said, you could also work backwards from a target. So I used to have this target, I wanted to make 800 a month. And I thought, okay, if I have 4 weeks in a month, so that's 800 divided by 4 weeks, that's 200 euros every week. Okay, if I have 4 clients who pay me 50 euros a week, that's 800 extra a month. That's perfectly, that's a perfect way to hit 800 a month, right? You just calculate backwards from your clients, or you calculate backwards from your product cost. I mean, the cost of it for people who are buying it from you. So you're calculating backwards, and that means that first we have fixed our mindset, then we have set a target, and now we are going to be choosing a product to sell. Now, your product could be your service. For example, fitness coaching at 50 euros an hour, or consultancy at 50 euros an hour, or whatever. Or it could be an actual product like an ebook, a video training, a physical product like a notebook or a special pen. I don't know. What I do recommend there is, just like I recommend in any of my other business principles, is that you don't start with something where your price is too low. Because if you are working in your side hustle, chances are that you have not a lot of time, like many of us, and you do need to make that amount of money every month. So let's say you are a coach and you want to make 1,000 a month extra, divided by 4 weeks means, and let's say you are charging 50 euros an hour, that means 1,000 divided by 4 weeks means you want to be making an extra 250 a week. Divided by 5 days a week would be 1 client every day at 50 euros, or half a day or 2 evenings or 2 mornings where you charge people 50 euros an hour and you have 5 clients. This seems so obvious to me because I am past that point, but just calculating backwards from your target is already such a deal breaker. Because what I see most starting entrepreneurs, most side hustlers doing is they're so caught up in this one spot in their business that they never actually take the time to look at, where am I headed? And that's why we always want to reverse engineer. That's why I start with you at your target and then work backwards at what is your product and then how are you going to be selling it. Most people are stuck in how am I going to be selling it before they even know where they want to go. So we start from our end goal and we reverse engineer backwards. That's what I always teach my clients, and you should do for anything. So don't worry about how am I going to sell this to people. First, figure out what you want. Then figure out what product is going to get you that target. Could be coaching at 50 euros an hour is going to get you that 1,000 a month. Okay. And then you look at selling it. You look at the what of who you want to sell it to. And then you're going to think, how am I going to get that across? Because where most people get caught up is, oh, I want to start my side hustle, so I'll start working on a website. You don't even need a website. I made an episode about that. I think it's episode 97 or something. And we talk about, do you even need a website? Newsflash, when you're just getting started, you probably don't. Unless you're working with a small shop, could be that it could be useful. Definitely go and check out that episode. I think it's episode 97. Yeah, affirmative from the team. Okay. So the only thing you should be focused on is hitting your target, creating the product, the one product or the one offer that will get you to that target, and then selling that product. That is all. And that means that you need to know what you're selling, who you're selling it to. You need to be marketing it well. But what it doesn't mean is just creating a bunch of different things and never being focused on your target. So work backwards. This is the same if you want to make 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, a million. It doesn't really matter. The principles always come back. But what I would recommend there is if you have not a lot of time, as I already said, create products that have a higher average order value. Wow, that came out difficult. Create products with a higher average order value or just make sure people check out in your store for more. So don't just offer a sweatshirt, offer pants that go with the sweatshirt so they check out for a higher amount in your store. Don't just offer coaching of 1 hour a week, but maybe offer a package that allows people to come for 2 hours every week and to pay upfront for 8 weeks in advance. That's how you generate that cash flow that will allow you to build up more and more in the future and build up more stability in your business. So set a target, define which product is going to get you there, and then actually make it and sell it. And if you're getting started and you don't know if it's going to work or not, I would recommend you set your targets, you define your product, and you ask feedback from people. You do a little bit of market research, and you ask if people are interested, if they would buy it. You could even sell it in pre-order and then have it made, or order samples somewhere for your physical product and offer that to people. What most people do is completely the flip side. They start ordering products. They have no clue which price they're going to set. They have no clue what they could be making with that a month. They first go to all of the tax instances and all of the people who tell you how incredibly difficult it is to start your business. My last step in this entire process, if we're reverse engineering, would be now figure out how to get you out the number you need for your VAT and for being an actual entrepreneur. Because if you start with all of those shitty things, you are never going to get to the point that you have a profitable product that you're selling to people. So eyes on the prize, work backwards from there, and use reverse engineering in your entire business process. Obviously, do make sure that your admin is in order. You don't just want to be making money under the table, as we call it. But you want to make sure everything is clear and then you're focused on selling it. Does that mean you need a website? Probably not. Does that mean you need a logo? Probably not. The only thing you need is a product that is great, be that a service or a physical product or a digital product that you are good at, something that you get to offer that is of high quality. You need it to be something that people actually want and that people actually want to pay for. That is the first thing. That's your core offer sweet spot that you need to be checking off. If that is the case, you can start offering it, you can start selling it, you can start scaling it. But what most people do when they start their side hustle is they start something because they like it, but no one else likes it, and then they are not able to sell it. So start by proofing if you can sell it first and work from there, okay? But first make sure you have a target. And I want to say that making money is not selfish. A lot of people have turned money into this taboo, but if you're not making money from that thing because your mindset is like, oh, but I just want people to touch my product, or I just want to see it be put up in people's homes, but you're not even getting reimbursed for the amount of hours and the fabric and stuff that went into it, you're doing yourself a disservice because you will never be able to continue with what you're doing. So you'll be not offering that in the future to people because your prices are too low or because you completely did not set up your offer in a smart way. The same with your service. If you are a coach and you're super passionate about offering this really great service to people, but you're just giving it away for free, after a while, you will be fed up. There will be a time of stress in your life where you all of a sudden figure out that you've been helping so many people, but you didn't make any money in the meantime, and you are not able to pay your bills because all of a sudden your child is in the hospital and you can't work anymore. So building up a financial buffer, building up money every month is not selfish. You owe it to yourself and to other people to make sure that your business is profitable, because money is energy. And after a while, if you're not making money from what you are doing or not making enough money from what you are doing, you're going to see that you're going to have an energy disbalance, and then you're not going to like your full-time job, you're not going to like your side hustle, and you're going to start feeling burnt out. So make sure your money energy balance is always there, that you get reimbursed well for what you do. But what I do want to add there is, from the beginning in your side hustle, your prices don't need to be too high. You just need to make sure that you raise them on time so that they match the quality. But what I see a lot of people doing when they start listening to my podcasts and take my courses is just putting really high prices on their services or their products, but not having the quality to match it. So don't have your target, have your product, but also give yourself some learning time. So for example, the first time you launch a course, look at it as getting paid to create it. You don't need to make an incredible profit on it. You just need to make sure that you can continue creating it and offering it to people. money is energy, but value and quality are also energy. So make sure everything is in balance and make sure you're always talking to people, getting feedback. And if you make an extra 1,000 a month, that's 12,000 a year. That is already a really nice extra. Just make sure that it is something that you could scale to 5,000 a month, because if you would ever want to let go of your full-time job and go full-time into that side hustle, you don't want to then come to the conclusion that you have to change everything. You just want to continue building on what you've already built. Okay, that's how I did it, and I didn't make the mistake of starting with my prices too low. I just made the mistake of not raising them on time and being afraid to communicate to my clients that I wanted to raise them. So make sure you continuously always take into account which costs you're making, what your time is worth. We have a bunch of resources about that. Go and check out our first podcast episodes. Look on our website. Speaking of which, by the way, this is episode 106. So I've published a recap of this on FastForwardAmy.com/106. Also, if you want to see that core offer, sweet spot, and more. This was a little bit of a rant. I want you to dream bigger because you deserve it. So if you have a bad relationship with money, I really want to ask you, work on that before you start your side hustle. And for the love of God, never think that just asking no money for something, or if your prices are too low, you're not doing anyone a service, because when your price is too low, people won't commit. When your price is too low, your business will go bankrupt. You will never be able to continue with your side hustle. That's not what you want. You want to be able to build it into a really big, profitable business. So I am here to support you in starting your business, in really bumping up that side hustle. And it starts with you setting a target and embracing that target for yourself and really going after it. If you want a little bit of help with that in building your sales funnel and how to get people to buy it, I recommend you watch my Start Your Business training. It's a 30-minute training where I teach you the ICOF framework about your ideal client, your core offer, and your funnel. And you can grab it for free through FastForwardAmy.com/startyourbusiness. This was a little bit of a weird episode, but whatever. I had fun ranting about this. I'm not sorry if I insulted you, but I do hope you will do something with it, and I might take this offline later. Peace out. Talk to you next week, Tuesday, for a new episode of the Fast Forward Amy Show.